of the Talkin Twitch Podcast. We've got CocoDeee and Mr. J, awesome streamers. We are doing the first episode, like I said, of Talkin Twitch, and we're basically going to talk about Twitch, about our streams, about some news, maybe take some questions from chat, etc., etc. I'm going to turn it over to Coco, let her talk about her stream, and then Mr. J, and there you go. All right, Coco.
So I'm Coco, as you know. I am kind of like the epitome of a variety streamer. I paint, cook, game, everything, and I love doing it.
Nice. What about you, Mr. J?
What up, everybody? My name's Jay. I have not streamed in a while, but I typically just do games, and I just kind of play whatever I am playing. I don't really stick to one game. I just kind of want to play whatever I'm playing, or whatever somebody wants to see me play, I'll go ahead and do that. Sometimes.
By the way, how's that Tokyo Mirage, or is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, that game's pretty good. I haven't touched it in a while, but yeah, it's pretty good. If you like Persona, I'll recommend it for sure.
Nice. So also, guys, in chat, if you want, and I'll do it for you guys, if you !Coco for her socials, hopefully that works. Is that right? Yes. And then ! Mr. J for his. Mine just come up randomly in chat. I didn't make a command for mine, so oh well on that. But why don't we start off with some topics? Coco, we kind of have a similar topic, so why don't you start, and then we can kind of talk about that and get our perspectives and everything. So go for it.
Well, I had a couple different ones.
Okay, cool.
Did you want to talk more about the community side of Twitch? Because that's what I know a lot about.
Yeah. Do your thing. Whatever you want to talk about.
Basically, like when I started out, I obviously, as anyone, didn't really have like the views coming in and stuff.
Right.
So that's why I remade my Twitter and started posting a lot more on Instagram. And the people who were already kind of like following me, doing my makeup and stuff, they kind of wanted to see a different side. So they came over, and then during that time, like I wasn't really streaming because I wasn't capable of it. So I went out and found people like Mr. J and found them through kind of the games that I really liked and the ones that I wanted to see. And funny that Mr. J should say that he wants to play the games that people request and want to see.
Right.
Was this game Grabbed by the Ghoulies?
Grabbed by the Ghoulies? What's that?
It's like this old school, like, Jay can probably explain it more, but like, yeah. Wait, can you explain it really quick?
Well, it's one of the it's in one of the original probably Xbox games. If y'all know anything about Rareware, they used to make the original Donkey Kong Countries and Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie. So when Xbox bought them, or Microsoft bought them, they made exclusive games for them, and Grabbed by the Goose was one of their first ones on the Xbox exclusively.
Yeah.
Nice. So was that the first game you played on Twitch?
No, that was the first game requested for me to play on Twitch.
For request.
By
Cool.
the fabulous
Mr. J. Yes,
on my
exactly.
I'm fabulous on my left.
Yeah, there you go.
But
and everyone else is right.
That's kind of how I met him, was because like I was like really upset because I couldn't remember the name of it. And then ever since he started streaming that, like we've kind of built this like community around like people who are super like positive and like, I don't know, it's just like fun to be around. And like, I think that's really important to like have a community that you guys can all share and things like that. And I just really like that about Twitch.
And also that's the hardest part about Twitch too. For me, in the beginning was creating that community, you know, like when you're streaming to 0 and 1 and 2 viewers, you're like, like you have a community of 1, and then you get that follower, and then that regular, and then another one, and everything like that, and it starts working out. I remember when Mr. J joined my stream too, same kind of thing. He came in, I was playing Borderlands, and he's like, yo, I'm streaming Borderlands tonight. You know, what's up with that? And I'm like, oh, cool, bro. Let's hang out, let's play. And then all of a sudden, a month later, we're doing a podcast. So that's what I love most about Twitch. You know what I mean? It's just like random things like that just happen, you know?
Yep.
It's only been a month? that you guys have known each other?
Something like that. If you type in ! follow age into my chat.
I think so, actually. I think it's not. No, there's no way, because I've already been sub for 3 months. So
Oh, really? Oh, I thought it's been like, all right, fine. It goes by fast.
I was just like, wait. Yeah, it does. It does go by fast.
2 months,
2 months and 3 days.
So, okay, so it was in between our
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So the community side is really big, but also, like, so in terms of like Twitch news, like what did you find today, or like in the last, researching for this podcast? What were you looking at, Coco? Because we kind of had the same thing. I like the people leaving Twitch and like the streaming wars and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the article you sent me was really interesting about the streaming wars and how. Well, okay, I'm gonna let you go for that because you know a lot more about it than I do.
No, I mean, well, no, you know a lot about it, but basically, we both kind of hit on. It was funny because we were chatting before this and going, "Hey, wait, that's what I was gonna do," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." But anyway, so like Ninja is going to Mixer, and then Shroud, and then people are going to YouTube, and then Twitch is signing a bunch of their big names. Like I think they recently signed Lyric and. Tim the Tatman and Dr. Lupo. I think they've signed them to long-term contracts. So now you've got these big streamers that no longer have to like stream every single day for hours and hours to keep their money going, right? They can now take do other things like personal appearances and things like that. Thank you for the host, Mr. J, by the way. I got to turn off my alerts for the next my alert sounds are coming up. But anyway, thanks for that. But so yeah, I mean, I think that's an interesting subject because it's not just Twitch now, and YouTube is big. It was weird because I was actually on YouTube today looking to try to figure out how to look at live streams on YouTube, and I could not figure out. I had to Google it to figure it out, and it's like they just show you random stuff. There's no categories like in Twitch or anything. Yeah, it's just algorithm based. It's like whatever you've been looking at, that's what they pop up at you, unless somebody knows something different than me. But anyway, I don't know. What do you think about this, Mr. J? Like all the people leaving and
I've only ever people leaving,
and also that whatever we've just been talking about.
People leaving. People call them sellouts, but I don't know. I don't really know, depending on your loyalty to your streaming service or to your community.
Right.
I guess it just really depends on what you're after. If money's what you're after, then by all means go and chase some money. I mean, it's your job, right? So look at it as a promotion.
Yeah.
Off of that though, is because the article that was brought to my attention it was like not anything to have to do with the money. Like it definitely was a big factor, but it was the pressure that Twitch put on these streamers and having like these different platforms to go on to. It relieved so much stress for them.
Oh, really?
And
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ninja, I remember he talked about once he went on a personal appearance for like a Fortnite tournament or something like that, and he couldn't stream for like 2 or 3 days, and he lost like 5,000 subs or something crazy that because he didn't stream for 3 days. Yeah, so that's like a lot of pressure to stream every single day. You know what I mean?
No, I do say that. I do hear that because there's this one Smash Brothers player, pro player. I don't know, y'all probably know him, Zero. I remember he does all he does is stream now. He doesn't compete in tournaments anymore. Yeah. And he mentioned one time, like, dude, I would lose so much more if I took days off to streaming to go compete in these tournaments. I would lose so much more money. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, fighting game tournaments pay nothing too. They're like pay like, I don't know, maybe Smash pays more, but
no, actually, you would be surprised. The prize for the first prize winner on this Evo in Japan that just happened last weekend was a Nintendo Pro controller. That's it.
What?
That's it. Because Nintendo doesn't. Yeah, they don't. Nintendo's not endorse it. That exact one you're holding right there.
That's an Xbox controller. This controller right here.
That one right there.
I
think it was the Smash Bros. Theme, but yeah.
That was the #1 prize.
That was the #1 price, and it's just because.
And this guy Zero probably makes, they could probably cost $50. He probably makes $50 in the first couple hours of the stream.
Right. Nintendo just doesn't endorse it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I honestly feel bad for the streamers who compete to get such they put time into that and getting something so small.
Yeah. Well, that's why they stream instead. There's another guy in the Mortal Kombat scene, Sonic Fox. He streams a lot too.
Sonic Fox? I do know Sonic Fox. He plays like every freaking fighting game though.
Yeah, I know. I used to follow the FGC, the fighting game community.
Okay.
So also, I wanted to talk about too, just riffing off of that subject. YouTube has announced recently, and I can link the article if I can find it. I don't know. So I think I linked it to you. If somebody has it, anyway, it's a Verge article where Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Hearthstone are doing their esports tournaments exclusively on YouTube now.
Right. It's the Activision Blizzard, right?
Yeah, it's all Activision Blizzard games.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a way that they're fighting. And like the bigger point I'm seeing here is these gigantic companies are realizing that streaming is huge, right? Mm-hmm. You got Twitch, which is owned by Amazon. You got Mixer owned by Microsoft. You got YouTube owned by Google. And then some smaller players, I don't know what they're, but that's some huge dollars, you know, getting into this. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it's I mean, they're gonna compete, and I mean, the Call of Duty, one of the biggest probably tournaments, in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like, probably, I don't know. Those are probably the two biggest ones, probably next to League of Legends. So
yeah, and Hearthstone's bigger than I thought it was. Hearthstone's huge.
Hearthstone as well. Yeah, Hearthstone is a really strong competitive scene.
Have you guys ever played Hearthstone?
No.
I played it for a little bit cazily.
Yeah. I'm not good at card games. Sorry, I interrupt you, but I'm not very good at card games.
No, yeah, I wasn't terrible at it, but I didn't get too into it. Like I wasn't spending money on the cards or anything, and you got to spend money in the game to have a decent day.
Oh, really? Then that's probably why I didn't get into it, because I started spending money.
Well, I mean, you can grind. I mean, you can grind a game as much as you want. You play like the whole day, and maybe you'll compete. But then people are just dropping money to this game.
Yeah, and then you just end up playing some guy that has a stacked deck, and you're like, oh man.
Yeah. But back to the
other. So bad about the game, then play it like that.
No, that's like I was just playing casually, but back to that topic. It was a good power play on YouTube, in my opinion, to get these exclusive streaming rights. Good for them, I guess. But
I mean, if you look at it, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and the biggest is Google, and Google owns YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, the problem I have right now with YouTube is I can't find streamers that I'm looking for. I don't know if that's a me problem or if that's a them problem, but I think once they figure all that stuff out, because the problem for me on Twitch is discoverability. It's like you got to pray that someone just lands on your channel, right? And if you're in a big thing like just chatting, or like a big category like just chatting, or League of Legends or Fortnite or something like that, it's like good luck, right? You got to do other stuff, you know, like Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. But so I think YouTube has a big shot to, you know, help people with discoverability. So I don't know
that, and like Facebook too, like Facebook. Gaming
I forgot
platform.
about them. That small company.
They were like, that's one of the most established platforms, because so many people are already on it. So these big streamers, I forgot who it was, but went there and are discovering that it's like easy. Like it's easy because no one streams on those platforms. And if you have like a big community behind you already, then you're good.
Yeah, no doubt. So, Mr. J, did you have any thing that you want to talk about, like Twitch news, or should we? Yeah.
Well, I guess regarding the whole the same Twitch or Mixer, and just trying to figure out what you're wanting to stream, and choosing maybe where you want to stream. Maybe that'd be a good thing to talk about.
Have you guys ever tried any of the other ones?
Not personally, no.
No. What about you, Jay?
The only people.
Sorry, go ahead, Coco.
No, I'm sorry. I was just about to say the only people that I know that stream like are on Twitch, and I don't know anyone else who does really.
Yeah.
I think I tried Mixer just once or twice, and it wasn't even like I didn't have a goal in mind to just play Twitch. It was more so I was playing Xbox and wanted to play and show footage to friends that were playing. Like, hey, I'm playing this game. Just like watch this part real quick, and it was just Mixer. Mixer made it easy because the Xbox is directly connected to it, but I never took it serious like that. No.
Yeah, I've done Mixer once for like a couple months. I broke from Twitch because I was getting kind of just pissed off that I wasn't growing, and I was like, I'm going to Mixer, man. F this, dude. They're gonna love me on Mixer, And then I go over there, and it was cool. It's an interesting platform. I like the chat interaction. They have all these. Yeah. Have you guys ever been there? Like,
their overlays are a little bit more interactive, and
they have really cool chat things, and you can like do these cheers and stuff, and you can do GIFs or GIF. What is it? GIFs or GIFs, guys?
It's GIF.
It's GIFs.
It's GIF.
No,
this is a big controversy right now on the stream.
No.
It's GIFs. It's not GIF. One for GIFs, two for GIFs, chat. One for GIFs, two for GIFs, chat. And sorry to the podcast listeners that are going to hear this.
While chat is doing that, I want to say one thing.
Yes.
That it would be really interesting if down the line, we did an experiment and went to Mixer and obviously stayed on Twitch, but went to Mixer to see the, I guess,
what it's like, the community.
See if you can grow, really, just as an experiment. Like that, I think would be really interesting to see the different.
I mean, you could definitely grow. It's just a smaller pond, right? So Twitch, the top streamers got 25, 30,000. If it's like a esports tournament, it's like 100, 150, whatever. If it's a big tournament. On Mixer, like the biggest guy is like 5,000. Like I remember going to Mixer, and honestly, this is what I found on Mixer. If you don't have an Xbox, it's not, people just come in and say, hey, let me play with you. That's all it really ended up to being with me. So I was like, I want to go back to Twitch where it's a little more like about the creator and not just some kind of like, thing for me to be your LFG, so, but, so why don't we talk a little about kind of what, what we've been doing on stream lately, what's been working, what hasn't been working, what maybe you want to try, things like that. I'll let Jay go. I know you haven't been streaming a lot lately, Jay, but I know you probably are going to soon. What have you what have you noticed has been working for you, and or maybe what you want to try, or I don't know, or just kind of how you feel, or here, let me rephrase it. Why did you get into streaming, and what do you want out of it, and how's it going so far? Why don't we do it that way?
What do I want out of streaming? I wanted to play games for me. I'm gonna word this right.
Yeah.
I wanted to be dumb in front of a camera while I play games, because I feel like I'm already stupid when I play games. Like I have these, I don't know, I have these weird ways of me thinking that I'm in the game. So I'm like thinking I'm in the game and I'm the character. So I'm over here like hooting and hollering in my room. I'm like, oh crap, this guy's chasing me. Yeah. So I was just like,
you're like, I should put this on camera. People probably like this.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, screw it. Let's just try it. Let's just see. Maybe somebody's gonna like my dumb self, or appreciate what I gotta bring. Because honestly, that's all I have to bring. I'm sorry if I'm falling. That's all I got.
No, I get it. And then do you have any goal? I mean, do you want to be like a full-time streamer, or are you just trying to you're doing this for a hobby, or you want to do you want to make some side income? Like, what's your kind of short-term or long, whatever, Oh, you rent? I can't hear Jay. Can you guys hear Jay? Coco, can you say something?
Hello? Yeah, there we go. Now I can hear. Yeah. Now I can hear him.
Okay, that's weird. So where did y'all start? Where did I cut off at?
I didn't hear. What I guess what do you want? Now we're getting to what do you want out of it? Do you want to be a full time? Do you want it to be like a side type of thing? Do you want to just meet people? What's your goal? What do you want out of it?
So I've thought about this off camera of what I really want out of Twitch. Mm-hmm. I feel like I feel like I already kind of have what I wanted. Just
nice.
Meet friends and that come in and watch me play and be dumb on camera. Do I want it to be a full-time thing or a part-time thing? That's I don't know. I don't know if I could really do it. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I'm conflicted with this one because it's like, would I love to play video games for a living? Yes.
Oh yeah, right.
right. Yes. Absolutely would love to play video games for a living.
Or just chatting or cooking or whatever, right?
Right. But I don't know. I don't know if I kind of like what I do for work. My goal in life was to help people, and if I could convert. Okay, there you go. That's the answer. That's the answer. What up, Bernie? What I want in life out of streaming, or what goal would be to be to the point where I can host a charity stream. I feel like if I can do that once in life, I feel like I've done it. I've done what I want to do. I don't know, a good one.
Okay, cool.
What would the goal? I don't know. I'm very involved in like the mental health side and in real life. That's what I kind of do.
Nice.
So if I could do that and donate money to, I don't know, suicide awareness, mental health awareness, any sort of mental health,
nice.
Then that's how I know I would made it in streaming.
Yeah. What about you, Coco?
That's like so noble.
Yeah, it is noble.
I appreciate that.
Mental health is big in gaming too. Like you see a lot of, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, I have like some anxieties. I think that goes hand in hand, sort of like with gaming. Like a lot of gamers seem to have like OCD or anxieties or some kind of, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying gamers are weird or whatever. I'm just saying it's just
we are. I mean, come on, let's be honest. We are. Let's be honest.
No, it's not. Anxiety is perfect.
No, not anxiety. No, I just say gamers in general are weird.
Oh, okay. I took that way wrong. I was like, no.
Chat says Colton says we definitely are. By the way, a bunch of CocoDeee emotes in chat right now, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I know.
So we might as well move to Coco and ask her the same kind of thing. Like, why did you get into streaming? What do you want out of it? What, whatever you want to, that kind of thing.
I have put a lot of thought into this.
Oh, cool.
I do have very bad anxiety, and I find it very hard to hold a regular job. And like interacting with people, it's really hard in certain settings. And I noticed like that when you're not face to face with someone, like in person, it's so much easier to talk and like just like be yourself and that kind of thing. So it's kind of therapeutic in a way. And once I started it, I loved it. And now it's like, I want it to be more than a hobby. I want it to be my job. Yeah. And
nice. Yeah, so you're ready 100%. To make that, move.
Yeah. Totally ready.
Do you have like a certain like benchmark or like thing? Like if I average like, say like if I average 50 viewers and I'm making $2,000 a month, do you have like a certain thing where you're saying like this is where I'm going to quit my regular 9 to 5 or whatever part-time job and go full-time? Do you have like do you know what I mean?
Okay, so funny thing, I don't actually have a regular job right now.
Right.
This is my job.
Oh, cool.
And
so you're doing
so far, well, I mean, I would like it to be more than just being able to afford very specific things that like I'm trying to raise money for. I would like it to be that I can keep like the roof over our heads and power on and food in our bellies, like, you know what I mean? Just like basic things. I would love it to be like that, and just have some fun with it as well, and not have to like deal with being around negative like customers and things like that. It's just, that's not my scene. And I think that when I really will figure out when that is when I can do all of those things. You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. Also, like, you do just chatting and you're a female streamer, and it's harder. It's like sometimes people think it's all you got to do is be a girl streamer and you're going to blow up. But it's also really hard dealing with toxicity. Like, how do you deal with that? I mean, I've seen a couple of your streams where you're able to deal with it pretty well. I think you do a pretty good job. But like, how do you deal with that?
Honestly, I internalize a lot of things and I get criticism and it really resonates with me. But I think that the difference between like having that like in person being told is just different, because these people are hiding behind a screen. They're not brave enough to like say
yes. So you realize that.
Yeah, and you can't take what they say as
you gotta have a thick skin.
Significant. Yeah. You gotta just brush it off. Get some good mods.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I still
like Colton is in here going, we bringing down the ban hammer. he's got the hammer emotes going in chat. So
that's what I recommend. If you really trust someone, make them a mod on your channel.
Right.
And I don't think that you need to be like an affiliate to have mods. I could be wrong, but
that's a good question.
No,
you don't know that in chat if you have to be affiliate to have mods.
No, you don't have to be affiliate to have mods.
Okay. Get mods that you trust.
Get mods. Actually, all right, so I'll go into my thing a little bit, and then maybe that's a good way to kind of transition to taking questions from chat if anyone has any. But so I started I've been streaming longer than you guys. I've been streaming probably since I think it was March or April of 18 when I got into it. And I started off just like the worst streamer ever. Like I don't know why I got into it. I think I got into it just because I don't know, because I saw people. I don't know. I just was watching Twitch and it was just starting to blow up, and I wanted to be a part of something. Yeah. So I started streaming, and like I've told this story before, but I just look at the game and just be playing. This is all you would hear. And I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even I wouldn't even interact with chat. I had no idea how to do that. But I actually listened to some podcasts. You guys know who Professor Broman is? You know who that is?
Can't say I heard of him.
He's a Destiny streamer. He's got a pretty cool podcast. Also, True Gaming, they have a pretty cool podcast for beginning streamers. And I kind of learned, it's all about interacting, at least in the beginning. When you get huge, it's hard to interact. But in the beginning, it's all about interacting with chat and building that community and letting them know who you are and what you're all about, And I tried streaming, like I tried to be the one game streamer because that's the way to grow on Twitch. But that's not me, right? No. It's so hard to just get in here and then come in and like, oh my God, I gotta play For Honor again. Jesus. And I suck at For Honor, So I've kind of changed it to just like, I'm gonna play whatever the F I want to play. And now I'll switch games in the middle of in the middle of stream. And chat understands that. Sometimes 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? And if it's a drunk stream, which probably 65% of my streams are, we're changing from Call of Duty to Temtem to who knows what, right? To some Rainbow Connection. Anyway, so that's kind of me streaming. So like I'm growing slowly, and I actually just now starting to feel like getting a cool community and cool people to hang out with, like you guys and other people, like people in chat, Ernie, I met through you guys, Goobs, I met through Borderlands, Apple Guy, Garcia, all these guys, Justin. Anyway, shout out to the community. It's an awesome community. I think now if there's any like new streamers out there or anybody else that has like a question or a comment that they want to say in chat, maybe you can at one of us or just let us know what maybe what kind of questions you have. If nobody has a question, then maybe we can come up with some more topics.
Quick shout out to Wreck-It Ernie and Valiant for recently making it to affiliate, by the way.
Oh yeah, nice. Wreck-It Ernie, and I hope, do I have my shit? Does this shit work? Hold on, let me do the applause. It's off. It's not working. I was gonna do an applause thing, guys. Just pretend I just did an applause.
Clap yourself.
Just to pretend, yeah. So where were we? Does anyone have, like, anyone thinking about streaming or already streaming or maybe YouTubing or just whatever, any kind of, all right, first question. All right, so that's just a endless with the funny questions. I'm not. Do you like cocoa pudding? Well, you know what? I like all kinds of pudding, guys. I like tapioca. In fact, my wife made tapioca the other night. So let's
I fucking love tapioca.
Here's a good one from Apple Guy. Does work-life balance apply to streaming? Of course, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Why don't somebody take that? Because I've been talking for a while.
Freaking
Justin. We'll talk about work-life balance, Jay, if you don't mind.
Work-life balance, man. Okay, I don't know. It depends on what your job and what you do throughout the day and how demanding it is.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a 40-hour week kind of deal, or maybe you can tell us about what you do a little bit, or maybe the hours, or
I mean, I essentially do have a 40-hour day.
40-hour day. Wow.
I'm sorry. 40-hour week. I mean, it depends. So sometimes I have a very long day. Towards the end of the month, it's usually not so bad, but in the beginning of the month, I have to do scheduled visits, go see my clients to make sure they're all right. Followed by a bunch of paperwork. And sometimes I'm over here at home doing paperwork from home, and then I'm done. It's 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon. I'm like, I just want to lay in bed. Watch
I don't feel like streaming
anime or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I know how that. It's hard for me because I have such an obsessive personality that when I first got into streaming, I would stream 7 days a week as long as I possibly could. Coco's saying yes, that's me too. Why don't you talk about that a little bit, Coco? Like when I first started streaming, it was 7 days a week, as much as I possibly could until my wife and my son were like, do you even exist? You know, like, where are you? No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad. I leave time for them. But that actually is another question from Valent. He says, what kind of deals do you make with your wife on time? And that's a good question for people that have significant others out there. I kind of tell her what my schedule is going to be, and or what I'd like it to be, I should say, because, you know, it's a two-way street. And she's pretty cool with it. She's known from the very beginning that I'm a gamer, and this is part of my lifestyle. And she's actually, that's why I married her, because she's super cool with all this stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry, I didn't get too cheesy in chat, but
ignore what I posted. I'm just copying the questions.
What about you, Coco? Like, what about, like, I know you said you don't have a regular job right now, but maybe, like, you know, just the balance between, like, streaming and real life and that kind of stuff.
Well, I had mentioned before time management. I am the one who runs the house and cleans and does all that stuff. And shout out to Colt, who's in chat.
So Coco lays a hammer down at the Coco household.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you know, communication and all that stuff. Yeah. But regarding what you said, Dubs, it's a lot of like, you have to put yourself out there a little bit. Like, with what my arrangement is, I made a schedule, and it's what works for both of us, because we're both home and we both have time, and it works, because he's one of my mods, and I definitely need someone there that I can trust.
What's his name in chat, so I don't be mean to him? I mean, not this chat, but your chat. What's his name on Twitch? Oh, that's Cole. That's you, Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. There you go. Yeah. You learn new things every day.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, welcome to the chat, and that's good to meet you, man. Via text.
We got a lot of questions. We got some questions coming.
Yeah,
we got some good questions. So I like this question from Endless. Is bending time difficult for 40-hour days? That was to you, Jay. That was a joke. Remember, you said he had a 40. Yeah, it's a good. Anyway.
I'm a time bender. I'm a time bender.
Anyway, go ahead, Jay. You can why don't you take a question from chat?
I wrote down one, but I believe this one was from Apple Guy. I didn't write them. Is it difficult? That was for you, Dubs.
No, but it's okay. You take it, because this is a good question.
Yeah, is it difficult to pick a game to play that you really want to do, knowing that it might flop? How does that guide a stream? I don't know if I can knowingly say that or willingly stream a game that I know is gonna flop.
Really?
I don't know.
I do it all the time.
That I will. See, I don't know. It's just because.
And then sometimes it ends up being a huge game. It's like, I'm playing. Oh, you dropped out, Jay. Again, say stuff. Yep, Jay dropped out.
Oh.
Hold on.
I mean, okay. While
Jay's fixing that, there you go. You're back.
There he is.
I'm back. That was quick. I didn't do anything. I literally did not do anything.
Anyway, finish your thought. Yeah, so about a game that may flop.
A game that I would know would flop. I mean, it's kind of weird, because I would, but I wouldn't. If that makes any sense. Sometimes I don't know how to explain that particularly, because I've done games and I'm like, screw it. I just want to see what, maybe there's somebody out there's just one or two people that would appreciate me playing this one game. Right. And then at the same time, I'm like, but I also want to get,
views,
a couple followers going. I want to get a couple views going on.
Yeah.
So it's a hit or miss, and that was one of the biggest. I think that's probably one of the biggest things when you first start streaming. Is what the hell am I going to stream?
Yes, that is a good question, and that's a tough question. But go ahead, Coco. You were gonna chime in on that too.
I'm done.
Yeah. The first game I think that I ever streamed was Minecraft. And that was because, I couldn't.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Everyone loves Minecraft, but me and you, Jay. Me and Jay are like.
Dubs and I are the only ones that don't like.
We're like the only Minecraft haters in the world. I think Apple Guy's about to unfollow me. Anyway.
It was because I couldn't stream from my computer. And I still have this issue. You got to find your platform. You got to find what console or PC you're using. But okay, Minecraft. It was at first a disaster, and then I went immediately into The Last of Us, which has a story. And I think that was what I immediately went into. But it has a story, and people want to come back to see you progress in that story.
That's
especially
true.
If it's a game that people really are interested in. I don't think the only one that I ever played that like flopped for me was because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
that comes across too on camera too, you know?
Yeah.
What was it?
That was that Destroy All Humans game.
That was such a fun game. That was such a fun game.
I've never played that game.
I
played every game, and I've never played that
game. You're missing one. That is.
Yeah, I'm missing one. Hold on, let me write that down. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I'd recommend it now though. It kind of aged. Wouldn't even say aged well.
Wait,
it's really weird too. Have you guys? Is this guys ever happened to you where you'll play a game, it does really well, and then you go back, play the same game, and then like half or less people are there, and you're like, WTF? Why? Where did you guys go? It's like, and you feel all bad, but then what you got to realize is people have lives, people have to do stuff. You know what I mean? To me, that was the hardest thing, because I love seeing numbers go up and not go down, just like everybody else. Yeah, right?
I think that you still struggle with that a little bit, because I see you sometimes, and
I'm like, bitching about views, huh?
It doesn't matter. Like you have your core. You have your core. I know.
It's
and that will grow. It will.
But it's like playing Borderlands or like a RPG or whatever. You like to see your level go from 42 to 43 for 40.
Okay. Maybe it's a Discord thing for a little bit. No, you're back. I think it's a Discord thing where you just keep cutting out.
What I was saying is it's just like playing a video game. You like to see the score go up or your level go up or your guy gets stronger or whatever. So it's hard to like just whatever. Justin says to all of us, what do you think it takes to gain a bigger audience or retain lurkers or viewers? That's a great question.
Entertainment. I think entertaining.
Yeah.
Provide something to keep them engaged.
Yes.
One, engagement. Two, I don't know, make an act or be stupid on camera. Shout out to Tony for doing this. Just shoeies. Do shoeies on camera if you want to do a shoey.
Yeah.
And Garcia has a good comment. A lot of new streamers underestimate the power of being active in Twitch community, and that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to hang out in other people's chats and things like that. I have a hard time doing that because I have a 40-hour week job. I have a wife. I have a kid. So what I try to do is monetary support. I'll come in, drop a couple hundred there, a couple whatever, hang out, do stuff like this. Yes. I think what we should also do, like in the future, maybe we'll get a special guest. So we're, guys, just so you know, we've all kind of decided, and I don't want to speak for everyone, so you guys can say yes or no, that we want to do this weekly. Yes. And I think Monday at this time is a good time for us. Yeah. Yep. And then if there's a change, we'll figure it out. What I'm gonna do at the end of this stream is convert this to audio and then upload it through Anchor, whatever. It's going to be on all the podcast sites. So you'll be able to get it Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get, I guess, I don't know. There's a bunch of places to get podcasts. So.
Are you going to put it on YouTube?
I think YouTube's a good idea too. And then this is also what we were thinking too, guys, and I want to hear from chat. Am I cutting off?
Yeah.
You're back. You're back.
Am I cutting off, guys? Because chat's saying I'm not cutting off.
For like it's not for a lot. It's for like. Yeah, I think it's Discord. I don't think it's. Yeah.
And then and Apple Guy says, as your producer, he'll nab some good guests. Thank you, Apple Guy. We would love that. And that's true. We should get some guests. But a YouTube channel is a good idea. But I also wanted to say this. We were thinking about making a dedicated channel just for this podcast, and we'll call it Talkin Twitch. Hopefully that's available. If it's not, we'll figure out a variation of that. That's so.
Yeah,
so if we make, if we get a sub or we get donate, we can, you know what I mean? It's just make it easier that way. Still trying to. Yes, cool logo, by the way. And that logo was made by none other than.
That is a really cool logo.
The person smiling in the middle of the screen.
That's me.
Yeah. So people are seeming to like this first podcast. Does anyone else? I mean, we've gone almost an hour.
I've got a couple. I saw a couple more questions. That'll probably be good.
Oh, cool. Go for
Goobs said he had a 3 series of questions.
Sure.
Pros and cons of using a camera or no camera at all. Do you want to just throw all 3 of them at the same time, or do you want to answer one at a time?
No, let's do one at a time. And Coco, why don't you answer that one?
Having a camera or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it all depends on your personality. I have always had a camera because I feel that it makes it so you're a little bit more personal with your viewers.
Yeah.
But if you're shy, then you don't need to have a camera. There are plenty of successful Twitch people who don't have cameras, and it all depends
Lyric
on your
is one of the biggest streamers in the world, and he has no camera. I don't know if you guys ever seen him. Yeah. To
it
me,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. I think the number one thing is audio, in my opinion, as you can see with us cutting out and this and that. If I go into a stream and it's all, I'm out, right? No one wants to see that. Yeah, no one wants to see that, right? If the guy, if there's a camera and it's kind of blurry, it's okay if his audio or her audio is good. You know what I mean? But I like a camera because I like interacting with people. I like kind of seeing myself on screen, not because I like to see myself, but just to see how I'm, how I'm acting and how I look. Like I'll watch. Do you guys ever watch your VODs?
Yes.
Sometimes.
I watch my clips a lot to see what people think is funny,
right.
And I'm like, okay, so that's the sense of humor. Like it makes sense in your brain, and then you can recreate it or do something new.
Sardonyx, yes, this is a podcast. We will be uploading this podcast. I'll probably upload it tomorrow because I think, I think I'm going to stream after this, guys. Hey, by the way, why don't we link our streams right now so everyone can follow us? Link your streams in chat, guys. If you...
Someone link mine.
Someone link Coco's stream in chat, please. And then link Mr. J's stream. But yeah, this is a new podcast called Talkin Twitch. We basically talk about Twitch life, news on Twitch, etc., tips for new streamers, things like that. We were just talking about whether or not a camera is a good idea, a bad idea. I'm going to be honest. I know Coco said you don't need to have one. I think you kind of do nowadays. Just because I don't know. I just think you kind of do. I don't know. It's hard unless you just got an amazing kind of radio voice or something, and your voice is amazing, that kind of thing. But to me, I think seeing the person on I never click on thumbnails without a camera, personally. I don't know. What about you guys? Or Jay, what do you think? Oh, sorry, Coco. You were gonna say. Hold that
before she forgets, you want to go before?
Oh no, I won't forget because what I was gonna say is literally it's all about for me if I'm looking for a Twitch streamer and stuff like that Jay, you did have a camera, but it was this tiny. It didn't make that much of a difference. But once you made it bigger and I got to know you more, I saw your facial expressions and stuff. And that was it's a big thing. I don't know why. Every time I see other people Dubs making all these crazy faces, it's entertainment.
Right.
It's entertainment, bottom line.
Yeah.
I understand why you think that it's important, and I do agree with you. It's not a necessity. That's
not a necessity. Thank you for the host, Rachel. By the way, guys, I will turn off alerts on the next one so we don't so whoever's listening to this podcast, apologies for all the alerts. It happens. But yeah, go ahead, Jay. What were you saying?
Do I think a camera is essential or necessity? Probably not. I mean, like y'all said earlier, plenty of people have made it without a camera. Mm-hmm. Does it add more, I would say, personality to your stream? Definitely. Yeah. Absolutely. Like Coco was saying earlier, so you watch these people's expressions react to these games, holy crap, these people. And I think I appreciate someone freaking out on camera when the ghost is chasing you in a creepy game. So I
just think also, if you're not going to use a camera, talk a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
And also that's what I've realized too. When I watch VODs, what I like to do is listen to VODs in my car. And if I'm just sitting there and all I'm hearing is the game for 30 seconds, I'm that was terrible.
Yeah.
Talk more on the next stream. You know what I mean? I'll just listen to VODs. So now I talk and I screw up in the game and I die, but hey, that's entertainment. I'm not really good at the games I play. That's not why people tune into my stream. People tune into my stream because they like to see me die and get pissed off.
Yes. Yeah. And I think a pretty good shout out, by the way. I don't know if anybody else does this. I'm sorry. The only one that I've seen is Apple Guy. He does an no camera stream, and I was freaking having a good time in his stream.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go. There you go. And by the way, shout out to Apple Guy for the Detroit Become Human. Oh my God, that was such a good game. I finished that game in 2 days. It was an amazing
Is that a long game?
It's an amazing game. It's like a movie. It's like more like a movie, interactive movie, like choose your own adventure. So if you like that kind of thing, there's not a lot of gameplay. It's just like more like, quick time QTEs, quick time events or whatever, press A, press B, do this, do that. You know what I mean? Like when you're in a fight. You know what I'm talking about, where it pops up on screen and stuff like that. But I'm a sucker for like AI robots taking over the universe and the humans going. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that game has been recommended to me for a while, and I just haven't played it. You really
should play it. You really should. It's amazing. And I'm terrible at QuickTime events.
Well, Tomor says he's played it. So do you guys have it? Maybe you guys haven't. Maybe you have it. Oh, you should totally play it, Coco.
I did play it. I played it all through the stream.
Oh, you did? Did you complete it? Did you get a good ending?
Absolutely.
I'm going to play I'm not going to ruin the ending for anyone, but I'm going to play a second one where I just try to get the worst possible ending. So we'll look for that. I'm going to try to be the biggest anti-hero ever.
I wonder if y'all would like Undertale.
Yeah.
I heard that one's a pretty... or Mass Effect. Y'all would probably like Mass Effect. Mass Effect has some bad endings.
Yeah.
Dubs.
Yes, what?
I need to tell you. Listen.
Don't spoil Detroit Become Human for chat.
No. I promise I will not spoil anything.
All right. Or for the podcast listeners out there.
Well, yeah.
We love you guys.
No, I will never.
By the way, subscribe to the podcast, guys. I think if you click that, it just came up in chat. I think you can sub off of that, but I'm not sure. You may not be able to until I upload the first episode. Anyway, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Anyway, yes, before I was so rudely interrupted.
That's true.
This podcast is brought to you by...
by interruptions. It's brought to you by interruptions.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
yes.
The hard thing, going back to Detroit Human, the hard thing is making it so your character is not like you.
Right.
And being a jerk in the game is so
super tough.
Challenging.
Yeah, I know.
If I'm a jerk in real life, so that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah. No, it is super challenging. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, go ahead and kill that human, and go ahead. You know what I mean? It's like,
do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see that because I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah. So upcoming games we're looking forward to. This will be the last question, okay? Because I want to keep it. I don't want to go too long, and I want to have some material for next week. Yeah, upcoming games we're looking forward to. Whoever wants to go first.
Me.
I have a long list, so let's go.
So go ahead. Well, let's just keep it to like one or two that we're totally looking forward to.
So go ahead.
I have one.
Okay, what is it?
Down for me, man.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my God. Okay. OMG, that's such a good game. All right, I'm going to say something about The Last of Us. In the beginning of the game, I'm not going to ruin it too much, but in the beginning of the game, like the prologue before he like ends up, when the thing happens to his daughter. Dude,
I went to college in that town.
Dude, I almost like cried immediately right there because I
did cry.
Yeah, that was.
I cried many times.
That was.
And when I say almost, that means I did, chat, just so you know.
We're just too proud to admit that we fully did. So.
Yeah, almost equals I did. Yeah, so what about you, Jay? Oh, no, did you have another one? You just said one, Coco. I don't want to cut you off.
Said one. Go ahead. No, you go ahead first.
Right on. When does that come out, by the way? Does anyone know?
February?
I think it got pushed back. No, I think it got pushed back to like March or May or something.
Oh my God,
check.
Really?
So, Dubs, you answer the question and I'm gonna check.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not gonna take Jay's, but after playing Detroit Become Human, I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077.
It's a good one.
I mean, geez, that's gonna be amazing. Witcher 3 was one of the best games of this generation, and to end this generation on 2077, and when we get the new PS5 and Xbox and all that stuff, it's gonna look amazing on that stuff. I'm also looking forward to those two things. I probably won't get an Xbox because I'll already have a PC, but once some really good exclusives come out on PS5, I'll get that. I know that wasn't the question, but that's my answer.
I mean, it leads into it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I
did find it.
When does it come out?
May 29th.
Yeah.
May 29th.
2020.
Nice. That's amazing.
No.
Yep.
That's a big day. I just said a big day.
Yeah.
I meant a big day, guys. Yes.
Jay, it's your
turn. What about you, Mr. J?
Okay. I'll narrow it down to 3, and it's a very tough choice. It's not a definite top 3. Mm-hmm. It's just at the moment top 3. Persona 5 Royale.
Oh, what is that? Is that a expansion?
It's supposed to be Persona 5, but with like some extra content, extra story, a few characters.
Okay.
Remake.
Is it like a whole new game, or you can buy it off on the like if you already have Persona 5?
Oh, it's a whole new game.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole new game. Yeah.
Nice.
So I would definitely recommend. It's one of my favorite
that's
games.
something I need to finish. But anyway, great game, by the way.
The second one will be Elden Ring for any From Software fans.
Oh, Elden Ring. Is that the Lord of the Rings made by like the guys that make Dark Souls and
so it's actually
Sekiro?
from George R. R. Martin, the guy that made Game of Thrones.
Oh.
And
nice.
From Software makes the Dark Souls games will make the
So it's
Dark
Game
Souls
of Thrones meets Dark Souls.
That's what that's what fans are
assuming.
That's what fans are kind of expecting. Storytelling.
God. That is gonna be nuts. What are you gonna say, Coco?
Producers don't have like that much say, do they? Because I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't like it.
Game of Thrones is amazing. You don't like it?
No, it's not.
The last season's. I don't know about the last
season. You don't
season.
like Dr. Disrespect either, though. But so we're not going to get into that. All right, guys. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but we're going to end the stream. So what I want to do is let everyone kind of say, give your links, maybe go over your stream a little again so everyone can follow you guys. So Coco, why don't you start?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have to give your links. Just say you can catch me on Twitter at whatever. So I can do your links right now. I already know. ! Coco will give you her socials. There you go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then I screwed up with the Instagram. You don't see Instagram. So the second one's
I'm
Instagram.
sorry. What am I saying?
Where can we see you on Twitch? What's your?
You can see me at CocoDeee with 3 E's. I am a variety streamer. I do everything that I want to do and things that I'm interested in. So that's gaming, painting, cooking, makeup, anything. Go ahead and give me a follow. Thanks.
There you go, CocoDeee. That's CocoDeee. And
Just like it's down below.
What about you, Mr. J?
My name is Mr. J Live. Just call me Jay. I haven't really streamed in a while.
I screwed up these links, guys. I totally screwed these links up.
Yeah, I clicked on the Twitter one. I clicked on the Twitter one earlier.
It goes to 2 links at the same time or something.
Well, the Instagram works.
I completely screwed that up, guys. Why don't you link them for us? If somebody could link those, that would be great. Anyway, go ahead, Jay.
I we started branching off. I started doing recently not yesterday, but a week ago. Wreck-It Ernie, who was in the stream somewhere, and CJ Mack. I don't think he's here. He didn't show up, and he was probably just lurking. We did an IRL stream for the first time. That was pretty fun.
Oh, nice.
Other than that, I kind of just play whatever I want.
Just do whatever you want.
I don't have a set game, and I don't have anything that I want. I mean, I'll take recommendations happily. I'm still working through them. Apparently, I take my sweet time on those too. But yeah, I'm trying to get
you to buy Temtem, dude.
Oh.
It's my first Pokemon game, and it's not even Pokemon. But
yeah, that's yeah.
By the way, I think I'm going to be streaming that right after this. So
okay.
Anyway, so where can we catch you on Twitch?
Twitch.tv/Mr. J Live, just like it's down under my
Mr. J _ live. And I screwed up the. I'm sorry, guys. I shouted
him out.
I'll figure this out next time.
Thank you.
So guys, I am CaptnDUBZ. I play whatever I want as well. Sometimes 4 or 5 games within one stream, and you can catch me at CaptnDUBZ. That's spelled differently than regular Captain. CaptnDUBZ. At Twitch, whatever. You've figured out. I'm going to upload this.
This is your channel. Come on.
Whatever. I'm going to upload. You guys can figure it out. I'm going to upload this. This, what do you call it? To this podcast. Guys, what did you guys think, chat? First episode. What did you guys think?
Genuine thoughts. I take
genuine thoughts, guys.
Very well.
What did you guys think? Okay. All right. Anyway, we're gonna sign out. Coco, Mr. J, thank you so much. I'm gonna end this stream. Let's stay on the call real quick just to say bye to each other, and then love you all. See you guys later.
Later, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Peace.